Our story begins back in November when Nintendo released the dreaded NES Classic, otherwise known as the NES Mini, which was first very difficult to get. And I said, I think I should get one of those for Tyler for Christmas. Be a great idea. Ha ha ha, so funny. So, needless to say, I tried in vain and didn't get you one for Christmas, since it's now pretty much late January and you still didn't get one. But then I heard, well, they'll be readily available in January. You'll be able to get them anywheres. So I said, okay, I'll get him one for his birthday. So, now your birthday's practically upon us. And we got nothing. Speaking of nothing, it's a terrible glare on my camera. So we got nothing. So, then I said, well, since I couldn't get the NES Mini for his birthday or for Christmas.
We already told you that we have an NES regardless.
Right. So I thought, well, maybe I'll get him one of those Nintendo Switch thingamagadgets, whatever the hell they're called, the new thingy-majiggy that's all the rage. Ooh. And it'll be a lot easier to get than the Mini Classic blah blah blah, because the Switch is just... it's a thing that they've been talking about for long enough that they're going to have tons of them available and blah 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 blah.
I have no idea where this is going.
And you know how that turned out already. You can't get the Switch, and then they released some little game for it, some Zelda thing, and then lo and behold, after they already released the game, then they're like, oh, and by the way, there's a special edition available for anybody that's interested. But, by the way, we only gave about 5 per country. So, you know, if you really want it, sucks to be you. So then I thought, well, now his birthday's coming up, so what'll I get him? I thought, well, if I can't get him a Switch and a Zelda Collector's Edition, I'll get the next best thing. So, I may not have done a great job, but, and I'm not even doing a great job taking it out of the bag, but happy birthday to you.
The universe?
From the universe. And as you can see, it's red and blue because you said you wanted a Nintendo Switch. And you told me actually a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if you remember it or not, but you told me you wanted a Switch for your bedroom. For your, not your bedroom, your game room in the basement. You did tell me that. Remember we were discussing the lighting in your room and you said, I need a Switch. And now that I found out there's a gray one and a red and blue one available, so you got this Switch. You see it's a slider, it's got the dimmer and all that sort of thing, and Nintendo
Did you know this is
Switch. Okay? Alright, so that's that. But then I thought, well, that's not really enough to get a fellow for his birthday, just an electrical switch, but it's a thought that counts anyways. So I decided to get you something else. So this Zelda thing, there's all a big rage. And I thought, well, if I could get him the collector's edition of Zelda at least, that would certainly help a lot. Although I've heard they are literally impossible to get now. And plus they're not released until March 3rd. But did get you a Zelda collector's box. So technically it's a Zelda collector's edition. And I included the receipts for both of these in case you wanted to return them or exchange them for anything in the future. So if you want to just take the receipt out of there and just check it and make sure that all the information is correct and see when the date is that you can return it. I don't know. Why are you looking at me weirdly?
Why would you want me to look at the receipt?
I just want you to confirm that you'll be able to return this if you want to return it for something else.
I see a pre-sale order deposit.
Really? Pre-sale for an electrical device? And what does it say?
Nintendo Switch. You knew about that, didn't
No,
you?
I didn't.
Where does Sarah find it?
She didn't. I just used her GameStop card.
Oh. What? GameStop.
But, or not GameStop.
It says
EB Games.
GameStop. Okay, it says
Well, it's
EB.
EB Games. So, apparently, if you go there early enough, you can pre-order the game, which you knew anyway. The console would be eventually available. They did have a lot more of those available than the Zelda game, especially like the collector's editions, but that's a start. Anyway, so I did pay $50 down on a Switch, so you are getting a Switch, and it is the colored one with the red and the blue controllers, for real. We couldn't really do much about the Zelda, obviously, so I thought this would help, but I did include the receipt in case you want to, so you maybe already had that or whatever. I don't know.
Are you serious?
What?
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Collector's Edition.
Just FYI, it's the EB Games edition.
Wait. Does that mean it's...
Yes. It's the Ultimate Edition. I've confirmed it with them 3 times. Believe me, it is. I talked to them 3 times to make sure. It's the $200 one.
So did I go with you on a 40-minute drive to Moncton
Yes.
to EB Games
Yes.
to ask them if they had
Yes.
the pre-order there?
Yes.
We went out of we sat there for 20 minutes before the store even opened.
Yes. Again. That's the 3rd time I sat there in line at that place.
Yes.
I've got pictures of me in line there, which I
spent
can't show you right now because I'm using
We
this
literally
phone.
spent like an hour last night scouring the internet
Yes.
looking for one.
Yes.
How long have you had this?
Since opening day. I was the first one in line in the douchebags to get
Friday morning.
the edition Friday morning with no sleep.
How?
I did work Thursday night. Me and Sarah went to Moncton Friday morning. We were there at EB Games before they opened Friday morning. We didn't know there was going to be a collector's edition.
I didn't even know this thing existed yet.
We didn't either. But when we got there, we found out.
What the hell were you doing there?
We went there to get an NES Classic for you for your birthday. Because we've been trying to get them for these people for months. And everybody's been sending us on a wild goose chase and we're so sick of it. And when we got there, they're like, yeah, the Switch is out today. And I'm like, well, I know what I'm getting Tyler for Christmas or for his birthday or for something. And when we get to the counter, I'm like, do you have any NESs? And he's like, no, but they might be some on the courier later today. So we spent the whole day there waiting. But while we were there, and we were the first in line pretty much, I said, so what else can I pre-order for the Nintendo Switch? And he said, well, there's a game. I said, what about games? I said, games come with it? Nope. And he said, Zelda. And I said, okay, don't care how much it is. I'll take one. And I said, is there different versions or whatever? He's like, we have the a special edition version of it available. And I said, how much is it? And he said, $200. And I said, okay, I'll take it. And then literally 2 minutes later, I heard him telling someone that they sold out.
Oh my
This
god.
was like right after they opened. And he told somebody right after me that they sold out. So if I had taken the time to call you and say, do you want it?
They
you
would have
missed
been
it.
gone.
Oh, definitely. Little did I know, but they were sold out all across the world at the same time. So I was one of those douchebags that got in line and got one of those first.
And didn't even know about.
Yeah.
It just fluked that he was there when it happened.
And there's more too. To confirm, I want to be sure that when we went there today, that no one told you anything like, okay, well you can pre-order the regular version or something or anything like that, because I didn't want you to actually order it, obviously. So when we got to Moncton today, I made sure that I went to EB Games before you guys did. When I ran off on my own, I went to EB Games, knocked on the glass, got the employee that you saw later on that I pretended I had never seen before in my life, practically. I got him to come to the door, and I explained the whole story to him really quick. And I said, so when I come back here with my son, I said, no matter what, I want you to tell him that nothing is available. And he said, well, I don't have to tell him because it is not available. I said, well, I figured. I just want to be sure it wasn't available because otherwise he'd want to order it. And I said, furthermore, you need to tell him that if anyone gets it, you will be the first to know and you will let me know. And that way he will stop looking because I don't want to go all over Moncton looking for this thing because that's in my luck. He might go somewhere and find a regular.
That's why you told me not to go to the other EB Games.
Well, no, actually, that was true. That part. I told you not to go to the other EB Games, but I was serious when I said that they wouldn't have it. That's true. That part of it. That they wouldn't have it. Which makes sense because if one EB Games doesn't have it, then definitely the other one. And now when we look on the internet, you'll find that no, they don't have it. It was just bonus and icing on the cake when they said that the system itself is no longer available either. So you're one of basically 5 people practically in our whole area that has that receipt. So you better guard it with your life.
Does it say when it comes out?
March 3rd. March 3rd. And furthermore, it just got even funnier when these are both coincidences too. You really did ask me for a new switch for your room the other day, a dimmer switch for the game room.
Yes, I did.
So you didn't realize it, but you asked for 2 switches actually. And
Well, I
there you
mean,
go.
technically,
I got two switches too.
So
So I just thought of all this last night. I labeled all this last night. And then when the guy asked me what color I wanted, I said, me and Sarah both at the same time said, got to be red and blue. Got to be red and blue. So there you go, red and blue. And this was something that your mother heard about a couple weeks ago. She said there's some kind of Zelda collector's thing available at Walmart right now. So we went to Walmart and found this and we're like, oh, that's cool. We'll get that for him. For whatever reason. So we got this. It just happened to be Zelda and it says collectors right on it, which is just made the story even funnier.
over the last multiple days,
I was balancing between
going
giving
back
you
and forth.
Yeah, I know. And I was
Telling this to the camera here so that so whoever you put this on Facebook or wherever knows what's been going on here.
Well, what? Okay, you tell it.
Okay, well, for the sake of context, the pre-order for this friggin' game that they literally are sold out across the entire country within the same day. Probably, yes.
You said it's not available in the other countries either, which is not.
It was announced Thursday, or was it Friday? Friday. Thursday was the 12th.
Friday was the 13th, yeah.
Friday afternoon. By the time they announced it, they were already gone. And we spent the last few days, like you specifically told me to keep watching all of the websites and keep track of which ones had the product and which ones had which versions even.
All part of the ruse. But it was for me, it was a combination of drumming up even more interest and excitement, but I didn't want you to get you any more depressed than you already were. When we were skulking around Moncton, your mother literally said to me when we got in the car, she's like, "You are giving him this thing when we get home, right?" Like it was driving her nuts. And I was like, "Yes, I am. Definitely." I said, because if him and Becky get down there and start scouring the internet, they might find something, a glim of hope, and get somebody else to order a regular version of the Zelda game or something like that. And then I said, that'll ruin it. So we don't want that to happen either.
I have a friend in the States who's looking for this thing for
me. I know. And that's why I said we got to do this quick. I was going to do it.
You called someone in the States to look for it too. Did you actually?
No. That was when, no, I didn't. Again, it was a combination of giving you kind of false hope, but hope at the same time, so you weren't too depressed. But on the other hand, I didn't want to get you too confident that you'd be able to get one, because then you wouldn't be as excited when you get it. So, and it worked quite well when you told me you thought you had about a 10% chance of getting the Master's Edition.
That's why you asked that.
Yes. Because I want to know where I stand. Like, am I overdoing the availability, the possibility, or am I underdoing it? So that's why I said it that way. So it was all, everything I said pretty much was calculated. Like I was trying to figure out, how do I do this? How in the hell do I do this? I can't not tell him until his birthday, which is next weekend for anybody watching. I said, we cannot wait another week. So I tried to get a hold of Sarah and them, see if they want to come out. She said they can't until later. I said, well, okay, whatever. But I didn't want to drum up too much excitement. And then when we were on the way to Moncton today, I was scared to death because I was thinking, okay, if we get to EB Games all at the same time and he talks to somebody and they say, well, yes, you can order the regular version, he's going to want to do it. And if I say no thanks or whatever, he's going to be like, well, screw you, I'm ordering it. So I didn't want that to happen. Although now you realize the value of the Masters Edition, you might want to get the regular one to actually play and just keep the Masters one in the box. I don't know.
Oh, I'm taking all that stuff out, and it's like all of it, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
How is it possible that worked out like that? How is it possible that you just happened...
Some of it was more coincidence than you'll ever understand. Like you asking for this Switch.
I literally asked for a Switch and a light Switch, and then a Nintendo Switch,
and then a collector's edition of Zelda, which we already bought.
Else for something that if you had got that, we actually already said that we don't actually have an interest in that thing because we have an actual NES down there that works. So. Not only did you wind up getting the thing that's impossible to get.
Inconceivable.
Are you a wizard?
Maybe.
In the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
I've got to bring this video to EB Games because I'm sure a lot of them will want to see it.
I'm putting this on my YouTube channel. Screw that. You would call it getting epically trolled by my dad.
Birthday owned.
You got a lot to live up to.
I hope you enjoy your very last CYT ever.
Well, maybe I will.
They don't have any of my garlic aioli left.
So I even kind of planned on how to give you this because I didn't want to overdo the depression on this too. That would have been sad too if I just gave you this Nintendo Switch and then didn't say anything for hours after or days after, and then you'd be like, okay, that was just silly.
By itself, it was still pretty funny.
It was funny, but
I mean, obviously, I knew that wasn't the Switch itself.
True.
And it obviously wasn't the game.
Yeah.
So there's no way I could have seen it like, oh, maybe.
Yeah. So at least it worked out that way.
And you even said earlier, light switch.
And the reason why it says from the universe,
Today.
I just thought that was appropriate. Because I just thought, well, we can't take credit for all this. Like, it's just partly the universe. It just wanted you to have this. So say thank you to the universe and whatever. And all right. So that's it for that. And have a nice day.
Bye, Internet. Sucks to be the rest of you.